Now we're going to start painting the close-up of a child. Let's do a little simple doodling drawings. You can use any color and just take a little gamsol and take a look at how we are going to plan it. And it looks like I'm gonna have this much for the drawing, for the painting on the right side over here. So cut this part off and the nose over here, right? And the nostril, a little nostril, and then even a little bit lower, coming down like this. Here you go, the nostril over here. Now this would be the eye. Like this then. And then the eye sitting over here. It looks like I can move a little bit more to the right side because I want the eye a little bit over here, like a triangle. That's the eye, right? So give a little bit more time and to plan. Don't rush. And here you go, like that. This is the eye. So that means I need to move, give a little red color, make it a little bit darker. Now this much is room between the eyes, almost like a 2 eye space, and from here to here, right? Here you go, like that. And the front over here, that's the nose. Nostril over here. Here you go, the side of the nose right here. Look at again, look at this angle. And this, the other eye sitting over here. And then the hair. And now let's take a look. And this is what we want. Okay, don't rush because the beginning is very important. And here you go, like that. Of course, you can change that as you are continue painting. But spend a little bit more time, prepare yourself, especially mentally. Prepare yourself, and so you can have a little bit more present experience. And take a look at the eye, can moving out a little bit. Here you go, you can draw a little bit more. And there's the inside wall of the eye. Okay. All right, how about let's go for it. Okay, let's use a little bit gamsol. Clean my brush first. And I'm gonna have my paper towel to clean the brush, and let's take a look. And the whole outside, I'm gonna have a little gray color. Just I see quite a bit of gray color over here, so just put some color over here. It's okay. Put everything over here. Just very quickly. And try to go a little bit thinner at the beginning. Have a little bit. Here you go. And now coming in to the hair. And this is just the beginning. Now we can come back and continue developing. But first get an idea about the tonal relationship. Now on the other side, I'm gonna just use most the red over here, get some white color, and see this a little bit more red on the face over here. There you go. Now I have a little bit brown over here, so get a little bit yellow, mix it into here. Now this is a little bit brown, like that. And this create a form of the side of the forehead over here. Some people would like to paint really thick or start from the beginning, or even using the palette knife. And there's nothing wrong with however you're doing it. And we're gonna use a different kind of techniques along the way to make changes. Okay, I'm gonna put this. My way is try to building up the thickness as I'm going. Okay, right here, and having this color going through over here. Now coming down, set the color, and I'm gonna have a little bit more white color. Here you go. Now putting that right in here. Now a little bit thicker, and here you go. You don't have to over applying to the paint into the area doesn't have that color. Over here, I'm gonna set a little bit lighter color over here. Remember, the beginning of the process, we're focusing on the form. How can we create a form? Okay, here you go. Get a little bit softer. Coming down over here, that's good. And if you want to have some color underneath, we can use a thicker color to cover it. Okay, coming over here, the same color, and try to get the simple overall color idea. On the nose, also have some red, maybe a little bit yellow. Get a little bit color over here. Coming here, here you go. Not much yellow. Okay. And coming in over here, a little bit straight. And here you go. Now, get a little color on top of the nose. Okay. You're gonna face, I'm just gonna get the red color, as simple. Okay, coming over and have some yellow. And you can see this a little bit light yellow, no, like a orange brown color, putting on the side of the nose. Keep looking for this whole shape. Cut it down into shapes everywhere. Now we're gonna think about the nose is this color. If you want the nose pop a little bit more, we're gonna working into the background to make the nose pop, right? We're gonna working out how we're going to manipulate the shape, the value, so we can get our point across in the painting. I'm gonna get a little red, like that. Just get a little bit darker color over here. It's not exactly that color, but don't be afraid to change the color. Okay, like that. And I'm gonna get a little bit brown color. Just get a little bit yellow, red, and a little blue. And the blue color I have now is the Prussian blue. Okay, that's good. That's the brown color. I'm gonna have that coming over here. Get that a little bit nostril. Now when I take a look at the eye over here, there we go, like that. Take a look at, where is it? Good, that's good. And the corner of that. Okay, we're not quite sure yet. I'm gonna continue developing it and become more and more sure. I'm gonna get a little bit gray, brown gray color. I'm gonna put a little color into the iris. I'm gonna develop a little bit more detail in the iris. Okay, like this. And here you go, coming over here. Now we can see the eyelashes. Okay, now we put that in. I'm gonna have a little brown color for the hair and the top. This is probably the right color. Okay, put it like this. Give it a little bit softer. Let's take a look. Like that. Okay. Now gradually, we're working into the details. But not right now. We need to keep a little bit more time to figure out the placement and the relationship. Now, first, I'm going to fill in the color over here. That's just a little bit short. I'm going to get a little bit white color, mix it into this red color. Here you go. Adding right over here. And blend the color in, scramble the color, scramble the paint, and get that in here. Try to keep it a little thin at the beginning, so it'll be easier. We can working out the details. A little bit softer over here. Now here you go. Now I'm gonna have a little bit red. Here we go. A little bit red close to the lower eyelid. Here you go, like that. Here you go. That's take a look at the angle, the shape. Okay, have a little bit brown. Come in here. Now you pay attention to from here to here and from here to there, and what are the distance. And over here, coming down here too. Okay, here you go. All right, I think that's pretty good so far for the face, inside the face area. And I'm gonna make this a little bit eyebrows, a little bit darker over here. We can set a little bit darker a little bit later. Now, I'm also gonna set a little gray color inside the eye white. I'm gonna set a little bit gray color right in here. So it's something over there. Now I'm gonna have a little bit lighter color now working out and the face over here, right here, this area, and coming down. Here you go, a little bit straight like this. Now we're gonna get a more better and better idea how the whole shape work together. And try to working out the color over here, a little bit brown, a little bit light brown color coming over here, and here you go. And get a little bit white color with the red, and here you go, take a look. Here you go, like that, and coming to the tip of the nose. And let's see, I'm gonna have this color a little bit softer, a little bit lighter over here, and then cut it a little bit, and then a little bit lighter. Now I'm gonna shrink the color, push the color coming down a little bit more here. And so it's not about style, it's about what you see, what you think that you're gonna paint, how you're gonna express it. and who you are, what is your personality, and what you feeling that is connecting with you. That is the part it will show through if you are getting the correct using the correct expression, and it will come through in your painting. And that is who you are. That's showing through in the painting. That is the personality, and that also the consistency of you, and see it as a style. Now I'm gonna set a little bit consistency of this light pinky color on the top over here as well, and try to get the overall color compositions correctly, and before we getting into the details. So whatever the detail would be, it's okay. You're gonna get into it. But at this point, it's very important to getting the big shape together, like that. Now I'm going to take a look at the face over here. I'm going to make it a little bit softer, coming over here a little bit closer and closer, and to the cheek, and have a little bit more red. And over here I'm going to get a little bit more lighter color. There you go, like that. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to have a little bit brown, and get a little bit more red to the brown for the nose. Okay, get a little bit yellow color. Okay, makes it a little bit red, and that's good. Let's see. And over here, right under. Okay, that's good. I think I need to have a little bit more red. Okay, like that. A little bit more red. I try to maintain the same limited color palette so that you have a better connection between the watercolor color mixing system and not being too much of confusions. Okay, now I'm gonna have a little bit white color and mixing into here, so I have feel like a little bit more orangeness colors in the tip of the nose, so which is a little bit less blue color. I'm gonna get a little bit white as mixing into this, a little bit more white, make it a little bit lighter. That's good. All right, that's better, like that, right in here. Okay, that's good. Okay, and I'm going to use this color a little bit darker, so I'm going to do that a little bit later. And inside the eye over here, a little bit different color. And look at the eyebrows. The eye over here can come out a little bit more, like that. And I'm going to have the white color again, the little skin tone, and coming out over here. Make this a little bit softer because this is wet, so easy to make it. And use the brush like this, coming up, so you can create a very soft blending. Alright, now take just the clean brush. Now I'm gonna come in here to transition this color. That's good, like that. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little bit color, a little bit thicker. Here you go, a little bit thicker, a little bit lighter. I'm gonna put a little bit on the tip of the nose. Okay, a little bit on this side. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna get rid of that. And on the nose over here, I think that's good. Like that. A little bit over here. There you go. A little bit lighter. I'm gonna get a little bit more lighter pink. There you go. All right. And there's a little bit blue over here. So take care of that a little bit later. Now on the side over here, also have a little bit lighter color. Keep comparing, and the same thing that you do charcoal, or the same thing that you are doing watercolor. So keep comparing to get it correct. And what is this lighter area, what is this darker area, and how they transition. That's all important. I'm gonna get a little bit almost like an alizarin color, and for the upper eyelid and the gap, so but it's not so bright or dark. I'm gonna get a little bit, and even have a little bit blue color mix it into here. It's a little bit too much. That's good. It's about that. I'm gonna put that color, and there's still a little bit too dark. Get a little bit white color, mix it into it. That's good. So this color is not really that bright. And thinking about what is the value, how dark and is the color. Okay, like that. And this color also putting a little bit in here as well. Yeah, we can come back to do more details a little bit later. Now, I think at this point we need to work into the background, because we make sure that the background is going to work well with the inside over here. So now I'm going to take a little bit white color, mixing with a little the starting point of the gray, but we need a little bit more of this green, mix it into it, and get a little red, a little bit more of this green. Here you go. Yeah, and get a little bit blue then. Okay, the green basically is yellow and the blue color, right? So you get a little bit yellow. All right, I'm gonna start with this color here. Take a look at how it look. And is too dark or dark, not dark enough. I'm gonna get a little yellow color and take a look. How it look like. And maybe a little bit red. Get a little red. So the green with the red color will become a little bit more neutral. Okay, have that a little bit over here. Okay. And that probably good. It can definitely make the face and the nose pop up a little bit more. Let's put this color on, and then if we're going to change it, and we can change it from here. Okay, here you go. And that probably also make this very soft, because the value is very close together. And that's probably a good thing, okay? You don't want to go by with the reference and say, oh, it doesn't look like the reference, it must be not good. But it may be good, maybe helping us more. Okay, I'm gonna make this softer, and maybe also make this eye a little bit softer, connect to the outside. Okay, that's good. And definitely create more contrast between the nose. Let's see. I'm gonna have this color going around over here and getting into the eyelashes. Take a look at the texture. Here you go. Okay, now I'm gonna get a little bit white into it. I think it's totally maybe too strong of contrast. Get a little bit white. Here we go. Don't worry if you have the pink getting into the nose, and you just need to paint the nose again to push the color and reform the color. Here you go. And the same thing that you do a full portrait, and it's the same thing that you have to get all the connections connected together and all the color actually working out together in the correct, not correct, in the pleasant contrast to you. Now we're making the background look like that. But you want to make it a little bit lighter, it's totally up to you. If you want to be lighter, you can make it a little bit lighter from here. Okay, let's see. Try to work out the consistent texture. I'm not talking about smooth. I don't want the texture over here cut down this direction, and then the rest is getting a little bit more the other direction. Now I'm going to set a little bit lighter somewhere and get a little bit yellow and a little bit red. Get a little bit pleasant, a little bit lighter. I'm going to set a little bit lighter on this side. So I'm going to see how it looks. And maybe set a little bit separation between the hair. I don't want it to be exactly the same value. Also on the eyelid over here. But the nose, it should be fine the way it is. Or maybe a little bit less, totally. I'm going to actually pushing this in a little bit. Okay, that probably better. That's good. All right, I think the background a lot better with this value. Oh, now the whole painting now we finished the overall composition. Now we're gonna come back to take a look at the nose, and maybe the shape needs to be fine tuning a little bit more. By the way, just you guys know, we do have schedules for the oil painting class, a new painting class in the spring. And if you think it's not that far from here, it's January, we're going to start. And I would like you to make a decision a little bit quicker. So if at the end, by the end of the year, if we don't have enough people interested, we probably ended up have to close it, maybe replace with something else. Okay, so if you think that you needed it, I would like to see that you are registered into it. If your money is the issues, let me know. It should not be the issues for us. Okay, so but if you're not interested or you're not available, and I can take it to be the consideration. Okay, I don't want to have a whole class as one person. I don't mind, and I really like you. But it may not create a good enough learning atmosphere. Okay. All right, let's take a look. Again, take a look at the nose. I think the eye over here and the size, the space between here and the nose is very much proper. And But the nose over here, I think you can push the lower of the nose a little bit in, because you see the angle of the nose over here. I think it's a little bit too much. Or maybe the nose needs a little bit longer. And let's try that first. I'm gonna take this color. I'm gonna have this extend it a little bit longer. Here you go. Like that is probably better. Like a little bit longer. I think that it would release the nose a little bit. And even longer, a little bit. Okay, I think that is good. And then we're gonna make this coming up a little bit, and also the color a little bit more dimmer. So I'm gonna have a little bit red over here. And take a look at that color. Maybe have a little bit slight, a little bit yellow. Get a little bit more white color. Okay. Here we go. Now take a look here. Now the color a little bit darker. Right? Like this. Coming down. Okay. And that's good. Maybe a little bit darker. A little bit more red. Yeah, here you go. Now we'll create a nice edge. Okay, that's good. Like that. And here we go. A little bit over here. Move the color in. And then we're gonna have a little bit lighter color over here. Now I'm gonna have a little bit more white. That's good. Okay, and this color coming up over here, a little bit lighter too. This kind of little shape coming a little bit lighter over here, gradually coming over here. Wrap around the nose. I think the side of the nose also need to be coming a little bit longer. I'm going to take this color and move this a little bit longer. There you go, like that. And this color need to be have a little bit more red. Okay, here you go. Okay, good. So the way of handle the brush tip also pretty important. Okay, if you want to be a little bit sharper, and you need to have the tip facing to the edge. I'm going to have a little bit red. A little bit brighter right here. Okay, that's good. A little bit red over here, but it's much darker. So we take care of that in a little bit. So I'm gonna just softly set the color in. That's good. And have a little bit yellow color. Okay, have a little bit yellow. That's good. Right here. Okay. Like that. Let's see. I'm gonna take the white color over here. Now I'm gonna mix that. It's a little transition. I'm gonna mix that like this. That's good. A little bit softer like that. Have some transition also here, a little bit softer. Okay, like this. That's good. Now moving the color down a little bit. Let's touch it together. So get the overall color correctly. The details, we can work into that a little bit later. Now take a look at the eye over here. Now take a look at this. It's very much the right connection. And I'm going to have a little white color mixed into, take a look at the color inside the iris. I'm going to get a little bit blue, but that's too bright. Get a little red. Okay, look at into it. That's the color a little bit closer. Okay, I'm going to take this a little bit lighter. Get a little white. I'm going to take this color, put it into here. Like that. Yeah, we need more details a little bit later. Now, so far I only use the same brush. And maybe later on I can need a little bit other smaller brush, a different shape of brush. Now I'm gonna take a little bit, shape it a little bit this, a little bit lighter. Put a little shape into the eye white. Okay, there is some smaller a little bit later, but for now it's just put a little shape over there to we can modify it from here. And there is a little shape, also a little light color, and inside over there, and there's the highlight. Okay, and also some really dark color, but we're working through those details a little bit later. I'm going to take a look at, there's a little light gray color. Here you go. I'm going to divide that a little bit. Have a little gray color. Here you go. Divide the shape a little bit. Okay, that's good enough for now. Okay, let's continue to take a look at the cheek over here. We need to finish this area. Have a little bit more red and a little darker color. And here you go. There's a little bit darker red color. Now I'm going to have it connecting a little bit more gradually, connecting into the lighter shape. That. So that is pretty good. And if you see it, and it's very easy to achieve it, and the technique is very simple. Now I'm going to have the red color actually coming closer over here, like that. It can have a little texture. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, and a little bit over here, coming up like this. And take a look at the close to the eye, a little bit alignment even. I'm going to take a look at the edge over here. Here you go. Coming a little bit closer, a little bit in here. Okay, that's good. And take a look at the texture on the top over here. I think I like this so far. And I don't think we need to do too much about that. Which maybe just use this brush, have a little loose here. Okay, let's take a look coming this way. Like that. Okay, we mix the color. A little bit coming down like this. Right, that's pretty good. And then a little bit color coming down over here. There you go. Like that. I think maybe a little bit too much. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna create a little bit more texture so you're making this line doesn't really look like standing out so much. And a little bit more like that. All right, now the rest is very simple. And let's take a look at the nose over here. We need to make the nose a little bit more lower key so we can have that connect to. So you have to squint your eye. I keep saying that, but not everybody is taking that is I'm gonna screen. I'm gonna always squinting, comparing. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit darker tone. Here you go. Coming up like this is a little bit closer to the value. Maybe not the nose. Maybe the outside should be lighter. Now it looks like the nose is the only thing I'm looking at because we're supposed to be the attention all in the eye instead of on the nose. So I'm gonna try a little bit, make it down a little bit, make it a little bit darker, a little bit, and then I'm gonna work it into the outside. Okay, like this. Here you go. Yep. And also, I'm gonna also have a little bit more yellow orange color. Okay, a little red for the side of the nose over here, and also going to blend it up over here. Connect that up over here, like that too. Okay. So let's see. Okay. And then down over here, have a little bit orange color and a little bit red. And down over here. That's good. Like that. Let's see where it start turning. Okay, that's good. Okay. That's good. Now we're gonna work into the background. And I think the background need to be lighter so that the nose was a little bit more subtle. And I have this coming over here. And in that case, I'm gonna actually have the edge coming out a little bit. And then I'm gonna work into the background. I'm gonna overlap with that color. Okay, now we already know where's the background. I'm gonna have this a little bit, it's different tone, have a little bit blue, a little bit green, but it's similar value. Okay, now I'm gonna have this probably good. I'm gonna take a look. Now this color is lighter and maybe too light, so I'm gonna have a little bit red and coming back a little bit. Let's see, that's good. Right, it's a little bit closer. Now here we go. Now we're gonna mix the color a little bit more well in the brush. Here we go. Now I'm going to have a little bit blue too, because right now there's too much red, too much like the skin tone. I'm gonna mix that a little bit, get a little white color into it. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna take a look. All right, it's similar. I'm gonna have a little bit lighter. Here we go. Now take a look, coming up over here. Here you go. I'm gonna make it a little bit softer edge. Okay, here we go. Okay, have to make the color a little bit even. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Like that. Now you see the nose much softer. If you want it to be even more, and then I'm gonna add a little bit more white. Make it a little bit lighter. Okay. A little bit similar in the value. Okay. That's good. Take a look. Is that the color we want? But I think the texture too much. Now, less texture. Okay, that's good. And now I'm going to use the brush and reshape it. Okay, that feel a little bit better. I think I'm gonna cutting it down a little bit more. Like that. I think it's good. Alright, now I'm gonna spread it. Okay, wrap around the nose. But you don't want to make it look like the texture is. So you're making sure you have a little bit more softer texture. Okay, and also if you want, you can also use a clean finger or use a fan brush. I'm gonna have it coming from the inside to the outside. Let's take a look. Okay, now make it a little bit softer. Here we go. Okay, now a little bit better. You can have it a little bit softer, so make it a little bit more easier transition. Okay. All right, I think the nose is doing well. Like that. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the outside over here. I think this is pretty good. Okay. Now the background and the inside. Yay, it's pretty good. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna finish up with the details. Okay. Now take a look. Now take a look at inside the nose over here. I'm gonna take this a little bit pinky color. I'm gonna put it over here. Now coming up a little bit over here. Now I'm gonna set a little bit darker details. And the nose over here I have a little bit more orange color. I'm gonna take this color. And here we go. Like that. A little bit more orange. Okay, a little bit of this color. That's good. And the top, we can make a little bit lighter shape. Okay, that's good. All right, now we're gonna working into the eye. Now I'm gonna use a smaller brush. I'm gonna use this number 1 favorite shape. Let's take a look. Let's mix a little bit darker color, like a darker brown color, warm brown color. Here you go, a little yellow, a little bit blue. Oh wow, it's very dark. We need that color, that's good. But why don't we apply this color first? Some darker area. Now let's take a look. Right here, that's pretty dark. Actually, we're gonna use that for the eyelash. Okay, like this. Okay, we also use this color, have a little bit more blue as well, make it even a little bit cooler, darker. Now take a look at the top of the iris. It'll come a little bit over here. So as we're going through this, there's nothing need to be done to the details before this. Everyone going using different process. I just like to be able to control the overall painting before going into the detail, instead of leaving the detail, doing the detail beginning and then leaving the overall painting composition a little bit later on. I would like to control that first. I'm going to put that little pupil in here. Okay, that's good. Okay, immediately it's going much better. And now I'm gonna add a little red color. Now mix from this color. Now here you go, that's good. I'm gonna take it, put it in here. Here you go, right here. If you're just thinking about the color and shape value, it's much easier. Instead of trying to thinking about, oh, the eye, and you're going to think about the concept of eye, how other people doing the eye, but not the same eye that you're looking at. All the information is there from observation. Okay, there's a little color over there. That's pretty good. I'm gonna have a little bit lighter. Put a little light color mix into here. Okay. Sometimes you can just blend the color together, and actually they're not really the same color. Is need to have some putting all the different colors next to each other to create that transition. Okay, like that. That's good. Over here, coming out over here. That's good. And we're going to do a little bit softer color over there. We're going to take a look. What color is it? A little bit gray. This lighter version of this color, a little bit more like a brown color, right? A little gray, but it also a little bit bluish color. I'm gonna take a look. This color. Here you go. That's good, like that. All right. Okay. And have the color, maybe a little bit more red and white color as it continue. Okay, here we go. Over here. Okay, that's good. Now I'm going to have the color blended in. So I'm going to use the fan brush again. Here you go. Have a soft transition pretty good. I also have this color. Just use this half of the fan brush. Okay, get it out over here. And also have this color coming in over here. Here you go. That's good. Now I'm gonna have a little bit lighter color. A lot lighter color on the ridge of the nose. I'm gonna get a little bit more white color, mix it into here. That's probably the right color. And take a look. I think this a little bit lighter. Okay, that's good. And coming down over here. Oh, that's good. Now we can blend it. Okay. And I think that I'm gonna let go all the pink in my brush. I'm gonna come back over here. I think that extend that a little bit more. Like that. That's good. Okay, that's good. All right, now we're gonna continue coming back to the eye. And I'm gonna use this color and coming closer into the eye area. I don't think it's all that much red. And coming over here, and we can also see a little bit later this gray, warm gray color over here. Like that. That's good. A little bit lighter color on this area. Connect that over here. And also have a little bit more yellow into this color. And you can see that a little bit later over here. And like that. Maybe too light. I'm going to have a little bit color, a little bit darker. Here you go. Like that. A little bit better. Now coming over here. All right. That's pretty good. And the inside color is very much right. I just need to extend that color a little bit over here. Push the color a little bit higher. Like this. Pushing it out a little bit. All right. Now I'm going to take a look at the iris, inside the iris. Now I'm going to take a look at, looks like this color, a little bit brown. I'm going to take a little yellow, a little brown, mix it into here. Here we go. Now I'm going to put that a little bit brown, a little bit gray. Here we go. I'm going to take a look at the inside over here. A little bit lighter. Okay. Like that. Okay. Okay, that's good. I'm going a little bit lighter over here. That's good. I get a little bit more into the details. Okay, that's good. A little bit lighter. Here you go. And the edge over here, coming down. Yes, very good. Now gradually connect to the eye white. And coming up over here gradually, like that. And the middle has a little bit brown color, a little bit warm color. I'm going to take a little bit warm color somewhere over here. A little bit over here, like that. And let's take a look. And somewhere also a little bit darker too. And see that little bit dark color over here. Okay. And it's getting there slowly, but you don't want to get into the eyelashes too quickly. You have to control all those colors everywhere over here first. Now I'm going to have a little white color. Now working into the white gray color, but it's a little bit more like blue on this side. I'm going to take this color. That's good. Look at it again. I think I have a little bit red because the blue too bright. I'm going to take a look at that and have that coming over here. Here you go. Continue like that, and you're gonna see, and the whole thing it will show in a few minutes. Okay, let that continue up over there. That's good. And the top over here also have a little bit gray brown color right here. Like this. That's good. All right. Now, okay. Now I'm gonna continue with this color. I'm gonna apply the highlight. Okay. Now I'm gonna use a smaller brush. There we go. A small round brush. Now I'm gonna have a little bit blue color. I already have some blue color over here. Mix it with the dark color. Okay. Now I'm gonna have this color right here. A little bit blue. Coming down from the top over here. Okay, and coming all the way connect to this dark color. A little bit softer, the edge over here. That's good. A little bit softer, coming in a little bit like that. Now our attention get a little bit micro, a little bit smaller and smaller and smaller. And that's good. And the top over here, I shrink that color a little bit more as I push the color up over here. Shrink the dark color a little bit. And have a little bit warmer color. So I'm gonna have a little bit orange color. So when I put this color over here, it's just gonna be right. Every color you're thinking about you putting in, it is as a mixed with the color that you already have there. So I'm gonna have a little bit white orange color. I'm gonna put that right in here. Like that. Okay, I think this is good. Now I'm gonna put some white color. I'm gonna take the white color. Very, very white. That's good. The first place we're gonna apply that color is right in the highlight. Here we go. Now take a look. Oh, that's good. One stroke. And come back, refill the color. Prepare yourself Okay, here we go. I'm gonna also from this angle, like that. That's good. Maybe a little bit longer, like that, coming in a little bit. Okay, that's good. Have a little dot over here. Okay, now we're gonna have a little bit more white color, a little bit thicker. Now take a look over here. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's the highlight. Have a little bit over here too. Okay, a little bit over here. Reshape the brush. Okay. Let's that. Here you go. And over here. Whoa, that's pretty good, huh? Now I'm going to soften this color a little bit. Connect that in. Connect that. That's good. Now the eye looks pretty good. I'm going to have something really more solid white. Now put it right at the top here. That's good. Like that. Ooh. All right. Now let's take a look at the bottom over here. And this is the right color, but we just need to make it a little bit more clean. Okay. Like that's good. And then we're going to add some nostril, some eyelashes. But also have a little bit lighter color at the corner over here. A little bit lighter. Here we go. Like that. And also a little bit lighter color into here. Okay, that's good. All right, now I'm going to come back with this brush. I'm gonna have a little brown color. I actually have a little alizarin mix into it. Have a little red. Here we go. Get a little bit blue color. Now here you go. This is the right color. And let's fix this. That's good. That's the line coming over here. And looking for the value as you go. You maybe need to change the value. Okay, a little bit. Now I'm gonna have a little bit red. Okay, that's good. Shake the brush. That's good. Okay. Now the top over here. Now that's good. Now I'm gonna have the color a little bit graduate. Now I'm gonna have a little white color. We mix the color down almost like an orange, red orange color. It's not just always the same color as the darker colors and get the white, it would getting the color. Not always this case. Most of the time, it actually need to mix a color. If the color brighter, a little bit less blue, or more red, or more yellow. Okay, now mix this color I think this is right. And right at the edge over here. Here we go. Here we go, like that. And also the inside over here also with the similar color. Like this, coming out. Now getting to the corner of the eye over here. Like that, that's good. Okay, that's good. This side have a little bit more shadow color. So get a little bit red, like this. Here you go. Always observing. Just work a little bit, pay more attention. Okay, now I'm gonna make this a little bit. Okay, that's good. Right, now I'm gonna make this a little bit softer. Blend it a little bit. And now on this side, I think this is fine. And it maybe have a little bit red color in here. We're gonna see. I'm gonna make it a little bit softer over here. And I'm gonna add a little bit red. Just add a little red color. And that's a little bit too dark. Okay. I'm gonna come back with the larger brush and get the red color and mix into it. Here you go. Now I'm gonna have a little red color, very thin, so it's called glazing. And okay, that's good. Enough red. Now I'm going to get rid of most paint in the paper towel. Now I'm going to softly blend those colors together. And probably a better tone. Okay, here you go. Coming over here. Like that. Here you go. Coming up over here. Now you're going to compare this color with the color on the cheek. Which color is darker? Now, it may be a little bit too bright or maybe a little bit too dark. I'm going to mix with this alizarin a little bit and have that make a little bit gray. Okay, over here also coming up with this color coming up a little bit, make it a little bit gray, a little bit lighter, and here you go. Always analyzing. Okay, we cannot be not thinking. Okay, it's much better. Like that. Now this color much richer and more accurate. Okay, like that. And also I have a little bit red color over here too. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to blend it into the hair. Okay, now I'm going to continue. And let's get away from the eye for a moment because we need to work into the nostril. So I'm going to take a look at. I'm going to take this color and take a look at nostril. Take a look. That's good. A little bit more red and a little bit darker. Okay, that's good. Here you go. And then the closer over here at the end, you need to have more red. Okay, Get a little bit more red. Here you go. That's all right. Now get a little bit lower over here. Here you go. Have a little bit more brownish color. I'm gonna take this color, mix it into it. That will look a little bit brown because it's already have the yellow and the blue color. Okay, that's good. Okay, at the bottom over here, give it a little bit defining. Now, clean the brush so I can make this a little bit lighter. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna add the even a little bit darker inside the nostril. A little bit more right here. Now we're gonna working on the shape of the nostril. Okay, now I'm gonna take a look at that. Take a look at this is the right color. Right here. I'm gonna shrink this side. Here you go. Coming over here. That's good. Okay, now I'm gonna set the highlight. A little bit white color, but this is not purely white. Always check the value. Always check. Okay, here you go. There you go, like that. Got a little bit over here. Here you go, like that. And coming to the tip over here. Now the light get a little bit lighter. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna have a little bit lighter and coming to the tip. Okay, that's good. That's right. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna use this a little bit red orange color, have a little bit brown but not much. Okay, have this color. Now moving back over here and soften the edge over here. That's good. Now the nose looks pretty good, but I think it's a little bit too shiny. So I'm gonna have to make this a little bit softer. Okay, not so shiny like a glass. I'm gonna soften that a little bit. Okay, that's good. And on the other side, I'm gonna have a little bit reddish and a little bit more redness. Okay, here we go. Fix that. That's good. Okay, I think that looks like a little bit too yellow. If you tap on it, add a little bit light red color into it. It would make it feel less strong. Okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit softer. Okay, a little bit softer over here too. Okay, pretty good. Now we'll come back to the eye, so we can finish the painting. Okay, we're going to come back the eye over here and start working in the eyelashes. And I'm going to just use this small brush and don't use too much paint, and also make the brush a little bit more like tippy, like a little bit more like a small flat brush. Okay, now I'm going to take a look where we're going to start. We're going to coming from inside to the outside. Like this. Here we go. Okay. Every time come to reshape the brush. Okay, that's good. Come back here. Okay. Okay, now continue on this side. There you go. Okay, again. Okay. Getting there. Okay, a little bit more on here. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at on this side. Here we go. Like that. A little bit more paint. Okay. Here you go. And a little bit line coming here. There you go. Now look again what need to be done. Okay. We mix the color. Here you go. And also some line over here. Okay, that's good. One at a time. Okay, that's good. You might have to hold your breath. Just think about. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Now take a look at the lower eyelid. And here you go. Very, very thin. Okay, that's good. Take the color again. Okay. Now we're gonna try to go from inside to outside. Okay, that's good. Keep going. Almost there. I'm gonna have this line coming all the way out here. Okay, that's good. Like that. Okay, a few lines. Yeah. Look for where it start, where's the end. That's good. I'm gonna keep going for a few more lines. Okay, that's good. Well, I think that's a little bit too strong, so I'm gonna mix a little bit lighter color. And this line, I'm gonna have this painted this line coming a little bit longer, like that. Okay, here you go. Okay. Now we can look at inside of the eye. Also, I want to have a little bit more details in the iris. Okay, I think this can be a little bit lighter. And also I have a little bit feeling like that. Good. And also a little bit lighter inside over here. Here you go. A little bit lighter inside over here. Oh, they're giving you lots of connections. But it may be too much, you know. If they're too much, just come back to soften there a little bit. I think that's a little bit too much. Okay. Okay. Better already. Okay. Now take a look over here. I think there's this wrong color. Clean the brush. Okay, let's take a look here. And I have this color a little bit more smoother. Okay. That's good. Yeah, I think the color is pretty good in the eye. I think I'm gonna have this, maybe have a couple lines even longer. Okay, here we go. Having this coming a little bit longer. Like that. That's good. Okay. 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 Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have this a little bit softer. So I'm just going to use the fan brush. I'm going to make this, make the texture a little bit more smoother. Okay. Okay. It's softer, a little bit this shape. Like that. Okay, I'm gonna have this color even coming up a little bit. Take a look, what color do I have in the brush? Get rid of most of the pink. Now I'm gonna have this coming up a little bit. A little bit softer on this side too. Yes, here you go. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. Alright, let's see. So we're happy with get the form over here pretty well, and you can see the roundness of the side of the face over here. And now the last thing we're gonna do, we're gonna have a little bit brown color for the very soft eyebrows here. You gotta have a small brush like that. This color's not really that dark. The hair's not that much dark. It's like a light brown color, get a little bit yellow mixed into here. Okay, here you go. Now here we go, like this. But this had to be done after you create the form. If it doesn't have the good form and the person doesn't look like the person you're painting, because the structure is different. Okay, like that. Okay. In the middle of that, we're going to come back with a little bit lighter color, showing the skin in the middle of this. Okay, and the top over here, I'm going to use this brush, clean it first, and then come back over here, mix the red and the white color. So I'm going to find a clean place. Okay, have a little white color. Okay, this is good. A little bit more white. That's right. Now come back over here. Okay, a little bit more red. Okay, that's good. Now here you go. Here you go, a little bit color. That. Okay, I think it's pretty good. And we can have also a little bit lighter in here. I think this line a little bit too dark. So we just use the brush to blend it a little bit. Okay, like that, a little bit lighter. Now we can make it a little bit softer. Okay, from dark to go into a little bit lighter. It's coming up like that. Okay, that's good. And the edge over here again, I'm gonna make it a little bit softer. A little bit. And the other eye, you don't have to do too much unless you want to make it darker and want to go for it. Okay, I can keep a little bit like out of focus. That's okay. And let's say this painting is finished. Okay, like this. There you go. Make a little softer. Okay, a little bit lighter. Hi. Thank you. Hey, you know, it looks like a simple, right? It's just the eye and the nose. But is no matter what it is, it's always from big and small and big and small. There's just a whole fine tuning, and I think if you paint the whole face, is probably the same amount of attention and time. He just have a few more things to take care of. But playing with the ideas of the what and what's that? What's the soft and what's the dark and light, and it's still gonna be the same amount of time. Okay, over here I'm gonna move that in a little bit. I think that can come in a little bit, and so make the forehead doesn't really stand out so much. I'm gonna take a little bit white. I think the direction of this is not the same. I'm gonna direction over here, and like that. Yeah, that's better.